Hi, this is Mangalaprathaban talking to you about learner motivation and learning strategies for learner motivation. There is an immense scope for us to think about learner motivation today because we are talking about a scenario in which learners find it extremely difficult to master the kind of things that they have to require or learn to motivate themselves. It is a reality. It's a very harsh reality that online classrooms never really provide them the scope to interact with the teacher quite often that they find in their regular classrooms, right? So how do we really make this a reality? How do we make this happen quite often? That's the question that most of the teachers have. And they do have the stress of not interacting with the student because the students fail to talk to the teachers very often. They don't really understand. The learning stress has an impact on their learning strategies and learning solutions, etc. So it is high time that we come up with strategic plan to help the learner-teacher divide, and there should be a bridge between learners and teachers through an interactive mode. There should be a pattern of interaction which could be recommended at least every 15 minutes or 20 minutes during your online lecture series or online talk, that you could really confirm whether they understand you, whether they like it, or do they give any possible example that they have in mind. All right. Try to make them relate all that they learn with your real life scenario. That is when you understand learning is all about creating new dynamics of understanding, actualizing all that they've understood in real life. For that, they need to have specific examples. Give specific examples, right? If you fail to give examples, if they don't really understand how to actualize all that they have learned, that means there is no possibility for them to make use of or apply all that they have learned. It is one of the most important steps that learners have to take, for which learning is all about actualizing the cognitive inputs, right? Learning could be experiential. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying learning has to become more experiential. It is not just epistemologic. It is not just relevant to the knowledge gained. It is essentially a knowledge gaining process, but it is not the be all and end all of knowledge gaining, because knowledge can be gained only after you apply the knowledge and get to know how far it works out. So there has to be some kind of a mechanism, operative mechanism for the learner to make use of the knowledge and get back to the teacher how far it was relevant, how far it was successful, etc. That is why we say learning is basically learning to experience, not just learning to interpret and understand. It is beyond that. That is why we will have to inculcate new habits of learning among those who are studying to actualize all that they have learned all along. So when you combine varieties of learners, then you will understand there are certain learners who are quite active in making use of all that they have learned. There are certain learners who fail to do that. Why do they do that? For one reason, they don't have any idea of how to make that happen, or they haven't got any opportunity, or they don't have any learner motivation or learner confidence, for that matter, to make this happen. So that is why I say it is very important for us to motivate the learner and help the learner to actualize by creating new platforms of actualization. Right. So internships are very important in this context. So any learner has to have a learning context in which he or she applies all that he or she has learned. So internal realization has to really fructify externally. So you will have to provide exact opportunities. You will have to provide very comprehensive area of operation for them to apply all that they have learned, right? How does it happen? That is why I say internships work wonders. You'll have to provide them internships related to their area of excellence to a specific company. That's why we say academic collaboration with industries is very important. There must be industry collaborations with academia. So you will have to have, mechanical engineers working for a specific car company, or other kinds of companies, or depending on which field you are into journalism or mass media, you'll have to work with companies which operate on this. In fact, I have informed in a board of studies that they have to really think about having an internship for the students to practice journalism. Otherwise, what is the use of learning just theory? And you don't know when to apply it, how to apply it, what are the repercussions of it, how to report it, what is happening in the actual field may not be known at all if you don't give this opportunity. That is why I say, make your knowledge relevant, socially relevant, academically relevant, scientifically relevant, technologically relevant. For that, you have to create opportunities. So I say internships are going to play a vital role. If we don't give internships, then it is going to be very difficult for the learner to see or experience how effective whatever the knowledge they have gained over a period of time. All right. So with this, I stop this video. I hope I have tried to give you some insight on how to apply whatever you've learned. And this will have a subsequent episode where I will discuss how experiential learning can be promoted in a big way in our classrooms. Bye-bye. Have a great day. See you.